Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth4 for the weekly update. So a few things today. I'm going to move this over so I can actually see the few things today. Videos this week should be normal. There were 3 Final Fantasy 10-2, I was about to say 7, 10-2 videos last week. We're getting up to the end of Chapter 2. It should end either in the next episode or the one after, so that's exciting. It was a short week in terms of update stuff because we started on Tuesday because of the holiday, and it's been kind of interesting that excuse me. Yeah, there's actually a lot to talk about. This week is Not-E3 week. This is starting last week and going into this week. We had the Summer Games Fest. We had the Devolver showcase. Today is going to be the Bethesda and PC Gaming show. Tomorrow's a Capcom thing. So yeah, there's a lot going on. But yeah, I'm just going to quickly list off the stuff from the Summer Games Fest and Devolver. Not a lot caught my eye, but it wasn't like a bad showing. It's just a lot of space stuff. But they confirmed Guile for Street Fighter 6, an Aliens game, Dark Descent, Callisto Protocol, which is from people that had, like, from devs that had worked on Dead Space, which is why it looks like Dead Space. I might try that out. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Flashback 2, or Flashback Squared. The 2 is in the squared position. It's a game apparently that was from a very long time ago. Witchfire, which looked interesting. Fort Solace. Does that say routine? I can't read my handwriting. Fall Guys. Stormgate, which is RTS by people that worked on the original like Warcraft and Starcraft stuff, and it looks like it sounded like StarCraft, and it was using sound effects, and it looks like it's a mixture of like a science and other style, and fantasy style. So I'm really excited for it. They specifically said that they're not putting NFTs in it, which it's really sad that companies have to announce that they're not doing NFTs. But yeah, I haven't played a good RTS in a very long time. And I grew up on Warcraft and Starcraft. Like, I quote them a lot. I quote them less because no one gets the references, but I quote them a lot, at least to myself. But yeah, I love those games so much. I played a little bit of World of Warcraft, but like it was Warcraft mainly 2, 3, and Frozen Throne, and then StarCraft and Brood Wars and the StarCraft 2 trilogy, which I loved so much. I loved it so much. And then Blizzard Activision decided to be Blizzard Activision, and that's kind of harshened the buzz. I love Diablo a lot too. Oh my god. So many hours on Diablo 2 and 3. Anyway, maybe the companies will get better once Microsoft finishes the acquisition. We can only hope. Not holding my breath. A game called Highwater, American Arcadia, which looked really cool. It was like the Truman Show mixed with evil Walt Disney. That's the best way that I could put that. But it was very, very thinly veiled Disney allegory. They even had like a statue of the guy and his mascot with like the, holding the hands that they have in Disney World. Anyway, Goat Simulator 3, which was a really exciting reveal. There has never been a Goat Simulator 2, but as soon as I saw Coffee Stain, I'm like, I love Goat Sim. I loved Goat Sim so much. It was such a stupid game. I'm really excited for Goat Sim 3. Marvel's Midnight Suns, which looked cool. Cuphead Delicious Last Course, which looked really nice. Neon White. Midnight Fight Express, which I think was cool. Warframe The Duviri Paradox, which is a name. Honkai Star Rail Zenless Zone Zero, which were both different Genshin games, like not Genshin Impact, but like the people who made Genshin, but it's like a shared universe thing, but like one is a sci-fi and one is like an RPG or something. It was very interesting, but it looks like they're just trying to make more gacha games with more characters that everyone is going to want to get, and I guess that's going to work. TMNT Shredder's Revenge is coming out this week, which is crazy. All of a sudden we got a release date out of nowhere after it got delayed a bunch. Humankind Cultures of Latin America, which looks like a Civ / Age of Empires type of thing, more towards the Civ side, but you can rewrite history, which was cool. One Piece Odyssey, which looks neat. Soul Hackers 2, which also looks very nice. Capcom Arcade, Capcom Arcade Stadium 2, which was either leaked or announced a while ago. So they showed off Mario Strikers, which came out 2 days ago. Metal Hellsinger or something. It's like it looks like Doom. It's a rhythmic shooter that's scored by metal bands, metal and heavy metal, actual metal and heavy metal bands, which is very cool looking. The Quarry, Nightingale, Warhammer 40k Darktide, Saints Row Boss Factory, which looks like it's just a giant character creator. Layers of Fear, which I guess is a sequel to Oh no, it's just the Layers of Fears, excuse me. Is it just the same game as Layers of Fear? Is it a sequel or a second game? I don't know. They showed off a little bit of Gotham Knights. The Last of Us is getting a standalone multiplayer game, which, I mean, The Last of Us, to me, was a phenomenal single-player experience, and I really don't see what a multiplayer game adds to the world of The Last of Us, but that's just me. And they're also making The Last of Us Remastered, because they already made it remastered for PS4, but they're now remastering it for PS5. And Devolver showed off an absolutely wild showcase once again. It was just very strange as always and very, very fun to watch. And a few games, Cult of the Lamb, which looked like a neat roguelike. Angerfoot, which was very weird and silly, and you kick down a lot of things. It's like a first-person kicking game. Card Shark, which they showed off a while ago also, which is you just try to cheat at cards a lot. The Plucky Squire and Skate Story. So yeah, those are all interesting things. I don't have like anything to say about it. Nothing of those showcases really stood out to me like I gotta get this, except for Goat Simulator. But some interesting stuff. I'm looking forward to the Microsoft thing today, even though I don't have an Xbox. At the very least, we might get their stuff on PC. And Bethesda has to be showing off Starfield because it's supposed to come out in November. But $10 says that it gets delayed sometime this year, unless they just release it in a horrible buggy mess, which it's Bethesda, so probably. But anyway, let's see what else happened this week. My brother's been playing a bunch of Xenoblade 2, and he actually got the 0.1% blade, or the rare one. You know the one. And I'm very happy for him and upset that I never got it. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 pre-orders went up on the My Nintendo store, and the store immediately broke, and barely anyone got it, and they said they would try it again another time. So good job, Nintendo. You met all of my expectations on how this system would work, so congratulations. Let's see. So last week, Juanjon, Wonderful Ones, visited me. It was very fun. He just visited for a short time. We played Mario Party, and he won. For some reason, I cannot win Mario Party in my own home. Every time I have guests over and we play, I lose. But It was a fun time. John was going down to Florida to his new home, so he made it. Yay! I'm very, very, very happy for you that you finally made it down there. And I know it has been a very difficult week for you. It's been a very difficult life for you, but I really hope that like once you're able to like really settle in and start getting a new routine and stuff, things will just start clicking, and you'll be able to detox. And your cat will start getting used to it too. But yeah, thank you for visiting me. And once again, John has a GoFundMe because moving is a very expensive endeavor. The actual act of moving, not just getting an apartment and getting certification and your car license, changed to a different state and your registration and everything else. There's a lot of things that go in, a lot of little expenses that pile up, furniture, food, everything. So like, if you can help out at all, as always, there's a GoFundMe in the description. Not as always, but it's this time. But yeah, it was a fun time. I'll show off art at the end. I had x-rays on Wednesday to check out how my spine is doing. It has been a month, as of yesterday, a month since surgery, which is crazy. And I'm doing well. The x-rays look good. My spine isn't turning into weird shapes without the rods, so that's good. The doctor said that he wants me to try using the brace for about another month if I can tolerate it, but I'm kind of like back and forth. Like, I'm not currently wearing it, but if I'm going to be doing anything, or if I think I'm going to be doing anything later, I'm going to be wearing the brace just to keep my back stable so that it's not tired by the time I actually do something, and I'm going to try to slowly ease off of it. So it's not going to be stopping cold turkey because my body's just not used to a lack of structure in that regard. So yeah, I'm just going to make sure that I do not hurt myself. I am actively checking myself before I wreck myself. But yeah, the saga with pre-ordering that Xenoblade was wild. It was fun. Honestly, I'm not angry because it's exactly what I thought, and it was fun to just see everyone melting down over their shared inability to Nintendo's continued inability to gauge server traffic. It's just a thing that they do. Let's see. So we did that. Yeah, so that was the entirety of June 8th. Is just talking about that. And yeah, there's talking about the Summer Games Fest. Brain isn't working. Yeah. Miss A was playing Hades for the first time, so she learned how hot all the characters are. Yeah, not much else really happened. I'm doing something different with Patreon this month. Is usually I would find like a first drawing to do that, like I can post on social media and be like the top of the tweet thread. So because every time you add to it, people see the first tweet again. It's like, so something to draw people in to try to get them to actually subscribe to the Patreon. But that usually means that until I get the desire to actually do that first one, I don't work on anything else, because I don't want to like start a project. I don't like starting a project and then starting another project, because then I lose my momentum. I like to just go through with a thing, because if I usually stop in the middle, I never get back to it. So I wanted to change that up a little this month and just work on the projects that I wanted to that aren't necessarily the first tweet material, but that I wanted to draw. So I'm just posting them to Patreon, and I'm not putting it public until I get to that first drawing that I want to put up. So yeah, social media posts of the Patreon stuff will be delayed until I do more of them. But for patrons, the people who actually ordered them, they'll be able to see it. So I think it still works. And also, you can subscribe to my Patreon to support me for the price of a Twitch sub, just $5 a month. It's not a lot of money, but it helps me out. We actually got in contact with with disability, with actual humans, and I got a new case manager to take a look at my appeal. And so we're hoping that by bugging him enough, he'll put me back on, and I won't lose my health insurance next month. And I'll also get back pay since April. So that would be really nice. But until then, I don't get money. So please subscribe to my Patreon. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all that happened this week in terms of stuff. I did some art that I really like, and art that I was like, this week. The standout thing that I'm still really, really proud of and looking at, and I'm probably going to hang it up, is this Rosalina. And you can't really, it's not going to go really well because of the glare. It would be much better if it was darker, actually. Let me see if making it darker will, probably not. Maybe. It's much better on Twitter, I swear. You could just see the reflection of my screen because that's just how these things go. But yeah, it's Galactic Rosalina. Maybe I'll just hold it back here so that you can look close at your computer screen. Here. It still reflects everything. No, it's just not gonna be in focus. But yeah, Galactic Rosalina is really cool. There is a less safe for work version on my alternate art account. It's nothing particularly explicit, but there's butt. But yeah, I really like that version more. But yeah, I just like how this came out. I like how the hair goes. I drew Roku as like a Dionysus type of thing, Misei's OC. It's not good. I actually really don't like this, but I don't delete my art from Twitter because I'm not like a perfect person, especially when it comes to art. So like I'm okay with showing my bad art. Like it's just something I've done, so I'll be like, okay, this is a thing I've done. Also because it's for someone else, so yeah. But I don't like how that came out. But it was me trying to do the Hades art style badly, like in an hour. So yeah, for the first time. So not great, not a great attempt. It was Jumney's birthday last week, so I drew them a picture that I'm not showing you. I got a commission to draw this really cool Power Rangers type thingamahoosit. So yeah, they really liked it, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I like the art style that was asked for this. And Proton John is going to be taking a break from streaming, so I drew Rosalina, or Rosa John, I should say, just lounging on the beach. So did that last night, and that's it for art. And there is a Patreon thing, like I said. We'll show that off when I start putting it on Twitter, but I did start with Patreon stuff. I guess that's about it. So yeah, this week I'm not going to promise streams this week, but I want to at least try to record Trails in the Sky or stream. I haven't decided which yet, and it's really going to depend on my schedule. because Trails in the Sky can at least break up into smaller recording segments, but streaming has to be a chunk. So we'll see. I'm not going to promise anything, but I'll try to let you all know earlier in the day if there is a stream, earlier in the day of that day or the previous day. But it really depends on how my back is feeling. So yeah, I still have to just keep an eye on things and make sure that I don't push myself too hard. But yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for, as always, being you and just trying to do good for the people around you. There's so many little and big things that you can do to make people's lives better, and you really don't think that these small things contribute to anything, but they add up so much. The sum is greater than the parts when you do good things for people. It's really amazing. So just keep that in mind. If you get little chances to just say something nice to someone, it doesn't have to be like a monetary contribution for a person or doing something, actual work. But just saying something nice to someone, it can turn their day around, and it takes 10 seconds to type it. So yeah, just remember that. And once again, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.